Welcome, young champions. How are you? How is your ninth standard going on? I hope you are enjoying. The studies is very easy. Only thing you have to work hard and practice again and again. So today we are going to study cell, the unit of life. We have been hearing cell right from the lower standards. Now what is a cell? Our human body, all living organisms is made up of cells. Cells is very small. Actually, let me tell you, most organisms, including ourselves, start life as a single cell called the zygote. So we start our life with a single cell. It is called as zygote. Now every organism, maybe it is single cell like amoeba or a big huge whale. Every organism is made up of cells. Do you know even plants are made up of cells? So let us study more about cell today. A cell is the fundamental structural unit and functional unit of all living organisms. I will explain you this. First, let me read two or three sentences. Smallest and is independent existence, capable of performing individual functions. Therefore, cells are the building blocks of life or the basic units of life. Now, what is a cell? Cells are present in our body. Our human body is made up of many systems. We have already learned many systems in our previous classes. What are those? Digestive system, respiratory system, nervous system, and so on. Now, if you see in that system, in every system, there are some organs which are performing the functions. Now, these organs are again made up of tissues, and tissues are made up of cells. So, cells are very, very small, and we cannot see it with our naked eyes. Now, if I want to give you another example so you will understand better. Now, take a building, any building. So, building has floors, right? And on every floor, there are some flats. Now, every flat is having some of the other rooms. Now, what are these rooms made up of? Walls. Now, walls are made up of small things which are called as bricks. So, bricks are the basic unit of the building. In the same way, cells is the basic unit of the living organism. Now, cells perform all the functions independently because there are different systems. Every system has different functions and organs are performing those functions. So now what organs are made up of? Tissues and cells. So automatically cells are also performing different functions of our body. That's why they are called as basic units of life or building blocks of life. So did you understand till here? Now, organisms made up of a single cell are unicellular. We already know amoeba. It is made up of single cell. Whereas organisms made up of many cells are multicellular. Examples are whale, elephant, human being, okay, so on. Cells perform many different functions within a living organism such as digestion, respiration, reproduction, etc. So we have already studied about this, that it performs different functions. Now we will move to another slide. Now, since cell is very small, we cannot see it with the naked eye. So what is used to see the cell and how was cell discovered? Let us see. Invention of the microscope. Now we are able to see the cell with the help of a microscope. Now, who invented the first microscope? Let us see. Dutch scientist. What was his name? Antony van Leeuwenhoek. It is little difficult, but if you practice, you will know how to pronounce it. Now, this Dutch scientist, he invented first microscope. Actually, he was ordinary public official, but he had a hobby of observing many objects under the microscope. So he invented mostly around 400 microscopes. Now he used ground lenses and made microscopic observations. Now what are ground lenses? I have explained it in a very short 2 or 3 lines so you will understand what are ground lenses. A ground or molded piece of glass, plastic or other transparent material with opposite surfaces either or both of which are curved by means of which light rays are refracted so that they converge or diverge to form an image. Now I have taken out some image for you to understand ground lenses. Now these are lenses which are kept opposite to each other. Now these are curved part. Now here also curved part, so they are opposite. Now here this is curved part and they are brought together. Understood? Now this is called as converging lens and diverging lens. So what he did with the help of this grounded lenses, he made microscopic observations. Now let us see about him. Antony van Leeuwenhoek constructed 400 microscopes. They are called simple microscopes as they consisted of a single biconvex lens. They had magnifying power up to 200 times. Now, if a small object is there, if we keep under the microscope, we will be able to see it 200 times bigger than the normal size. Now, if we go to see the microscope invented by this Dutch scientist is over here. This is the microscope. And in this picture, the scientist is holding the microscope in his hand and he is observing some objects. So it is clear from this picture that the microscope was very small. Now, after this Dutch scientist, there was another scientist. He was an English scientist, Robert Hooke, who developed microscope with two lenses for achieving greater magnification, for clear view, for more clear view of the objects. Now, what he examined? He examined a thin slice of cork under his microscope. You already know cork is the covering of the glass bottle. We covered glass bottles with the corks. So he took a slice of that cork and observed under his microscope. Now what he saw? He saw that it was made of tiny box-like compartments piled together. Now this reminded him of rooms or cells of monks in a monastery. You know, monks stays in a monastery and they have their own rooms which are called as cells. So Robert Hooke called the tiny compartments of this slice cork as cells. The cells he saw were dead cells and they had only the empty boxes or the walls because the cells were not live. So he couldn't see any organelles in that. He only saw that the cells were empty boxes or they were having only walls. So he named them cells. The ordinary compound microscope of today. Now you know ordinary compound microscope which we see in our school lab is a greatly improved design of the original Hooke microscope. So this microscope is an improved model of what? Robert Hooke's microscope. Did you understand now? Now I'll show you the picture of Robert Hooke's microscope. Now if you can see, that there is a eyepiece from where we can see the object, barrel, focusing screw, then objective is over here, and here specimen holder. So you can attach the specimen to this holder and you can see the bigger image of that with your eyes. Now, how he was able to see this image? He took the help of the light which was coming from this oil lamp, which was attached over here on this stand, and this light was getting refracted through this water flask and it was falling on this object, which made the object visible to the eyes. Now next is an electron microscope. The invention of electron microscope added further to the knowledge about cells. Now who discovered cell? Robert Hooke. But after the invention of electron microscope, we came to know more about cells. Why? Because it gives magnification of over 200,000 times as compared to the ordinary microscope. Why? Because ordinary microscope magnifies an object only up to 2000 times. 2000 times. But this electron microscope magnifies an object over 200,000 times. So see the difference. If you keep anything, any object under this microscope, it will be 200,000 times bigger than the ordinary compound microscope. So the visibility will be very clear. Now the ordinary compound microscope uses light, which is bent by glass lenses to magnify the image. How it works? It uses light. And what does electron microscope uses? It uses beams of electrons which are bent by magnets to magnify any object. Now I have taken some pictures for you of compound microscope and electron microscope. Now this compound microscope, you must have seen it many times in your school lab. And this is electron microscope. This is advanced technology. And how many times the object is magnified? 200,000 times in this electron microscope. So we can see the clear view of the object. Okay, did you understand till here? Thank you, children. In the next video I will explain you the cell theory. Till then, bye bye.